Welcome back to my channel here. This is Reminiscent here at the Unity and Coffee Cafe here in the West End, Atlanta. Come through for a reading if you're in the area. Here we're going to have a Moon and Pisces reading. The Sun will be going into Sagittarius, so we're coming in with the square energy. Just letting y'all know, Sagittarius represent cusp, Scorpio, Sagittarius represent as well. It's the end of Scorpio, beginning of Sagittarius season. So we're coming out the dark and starting to see some lights. We're going from the sacral energy and turning up that third eye energy this Sagittarius season. Jupiter traditionally, of course, rules both Sag and Pisces. So this square is definitely internal experiences versus the illusion of the outside world. We'll be going back and forth about these. But we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 spread. One, the current situation. Two, what's not to do or to avoid. Three, what you should do or, welcome in energetically. And then the last card is representation of the outcome, which of course, energy is changeable. So we do have the ability to change these energies. So I'm using a Black Moon Astrology card deck by Susan Shepard. I'm also using the Alisa Thoth. I'm sorry, Alistair Crowley's Thoth tarot card deck. But Sterling Ethos, the deliverer of this particular deck. I know it's different Thoth decks around, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. So number one we have here is Jupiter return benefits 49, which is a 4. So there's definitely the current situation is there is energy building. Again, Jupiter is the ruler traditionally of Pisces, but Jupiter as well. And we have the moon Pisces and the magician Mercury here together. Now Mercury is out of shadow as of right now, going deeper into Scorpio. So we will have that trine with the moon and Mercury, of course. So we definitely have a lot of deep psychological things bubbling up to the surface that definitely could be hidden as well. Definitely a lot of hidden intention, hidden motives, hidden psychological games or tests. And Jupiter currently right now is in fall in Capricorn. So the things that we have been building or have been building up all year or ever since Jupiter went into Capricorn rather is this expansion of the experiences that we've been living in during the last Saturn in Capricorn, of course, but the last conjunction that they had as well. A lot of work that we've been putting into ourselves or into the work that we do in the world, Capricorn energy, we're starting to see, the light in some form or fashion. We were starting to see more information regarding these energies that, may have been hidden or, weird or, just mysterious in some form or fashion, but now those mysteries are, starting to make sense. That we're starting to connect the dots on about things. There's definitely Capricorn does include the energy of the government and governing things, authority figures, even in our own personal lives. Of course, we have authority figures or guardians and things like that. Definitely can also see this as being divinely guided and directed to look into the mysterious or the unknown parts of ourselves, meditating, getting more into our Akashic records and seeing the truth behind, a lot of things that have been guardian and protecting us all this time that, we felt but we wasn't really sure of. Definitely could see that as well. But the benefit here in the current situation is that, the veil comes off completely for everyone. Moving into the number 2, what we should avoid or what we shouldn't do. We have Aquarius, I know 23, which is a 5. So we want to be careful and cautious with the type of changes that we're making. Moon currently being in Aquarius is square energy to Scorpio, so we definitely want to be very aware during this cuspy energy that we don't fly off the handle thinking that we do know everything, because there's a lot of things that are going to change that we probably were not expecting. And we have here clarifying the Empress, Venus energy, along with the Princess of Wands, Aries energy here. So there's definitely something that, Mother Earth has been alerting us to, a form of enlightenment, by using our instincts to guide us to things that we should know that we haven't been fully privy to. Again, with the moon card being in the first position, it is something that we sense, but we still, didn't have the full enlightenment on. But now that enlightenment is actually coming through. In the third position, we have the moon, number 2, soul, relationships, how we relate to our private areas of our lives, how we relate to the private thoughts, how do we relate to the private emotions in our lives. That is something we need to be more focused on than the outer environments that we live in. And here we have Jupiter and Saturn here. We have Jupiter in Leo, which is victory. And we have the universe card, which is the world card. We have all fixed energies here. So again, we're going from Scorpio and Aquarius to Sagittarius in Pisces. So here with the Six of Wands, yes, is victory, but it also can alert us that we are expanding in our heart centers. And with the universe here, again, fixed energies, Saturn, authority, government. We want to be able to have control of our own souls. And this is definitely the most opportune time to have victory in claiming back our spirits, our souls, our direction, being our own government and our own authority. That is going to give us the most victorious outcome possible. And I know a lot of people are, with the moon card, sometimes we do fear things that we do not understand. And the benefits that we reap for that are really none, because there is the ability to go out and discover what it is that we truly need to know within ourselves by following our instincts, intuition, using our intelligence and our insight as a form altogether. Those 4 eyes, using all those 4 eyes together will actually benefit us more than just taking someone's word as golden. Take the opportunity to tap into your own soul location, knowing where your spirit is at, knowing how close or how far you are from your soul path and lessons, and what you literally agreed to do when you came here. And Sagittarius is related to, of course, the thighs, the thighs and the buttocks, I want to say. So that is the most crucial part when it comes to muscle, because that literally helps save us from a lot of bearing and tearing that our back and our stomach does, which the back is Leo energy is here, and the bones themselves is Saturn Capricorn energy. So our soul knows the type of strength we will be able to see and endure, but we also got to be ready to be victorious in our own governing system. Take back your own sovereignty. Stop giving your power away to systems, people, places, things, imaginations, even fantasies included, that have not served you on a personal level or even humanity on a global level. And lastly, our outcome here is Virgo. I analyzed 18, which breaks down to the 9. In the tarot deck, the number 9 is associated with the Hermit card. So we definitely are experiencing more awareness in our ability to be alone. And the thing about that is that, we may go through some upsets in feeling the restriction we have in certain relationships. But the great news is that you do have the strength to endure everything that you've been enlightened on. And now you get to make decisions and separating yourself from certain people's ability to control your time and get more into you being able to control your own time in your own way. Not buying, money for time. Like, you can't, one thing that is extremely valuable that, I went to a seminar yesterday that we're talking about is that, the poor or the lack mentality is to trade your energy and your time for money instead of doing it the other way around. And now we're in a very crucial time and point where we need to be realistic about the reality that everyone is currently facing. Everyone is being subjected to being cut off from friends and family and loved ones, to create confusion, to create chaos, to create heartache, to create sadness, and get us into that lower vibrational, lower frequency state where it could be used and manipulated to be the signs of the coming that we've been brainwashed and programmed to believe in. And really being alone and being able to tap into our psychic power is really what this whole situation has been about. None of us are really I don't want to say it like that. I just want to put it like we are as sick as we believe ourselves to be. We only are as hurt as we believe ourselves to be. We are only as wounded as we believe ourselves to be. And when you can put that behind you, that system, that faulty system of thinking and believing, and what the way of the world is behind you, and start to create and build your own way of analyzing yourself and the world that you choose to live in, the one that you choose to build with your words and your energy, you can have a very different outcome than the one that you've tried and failed at. And the only reason why I say failed so strongly is because that system that what we were being pushed into, to be born into, was never made for us to succeed. The only way we are guaranteed success is being true to self, being true to who you naturally are. At the bottom of the Black Moon deck, we have Pluto 11 transformation. And Pluto and Jupiter did just conjunct, but they're still pretty close. They're 1 degree away. So there's definitely a lot of, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional deaths that are still being taken place right now in Capricorn energy, along with, Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius. In this lowest vibrational state, but take the good with the bad and the bad with the B. As many outpours of chaos that may come through, those breakthroughs are meant to break us in 12-12 into receiving all of what we are meant to receive from the universe. And you get to 12-21, you get to choose what that be. You get to choose how you want to perceive that, this Sagittarius, especially with the quarter square to Pisces. You can perceive the lie as a truth, or you can perceive the truth as a lie. It's all up to you how you choose to analyze the outcome of the situation. But just know your soul knows what it's doing. Even if your spirit wants to know and isn't fully aware yet, your soul already knows what to do, how to do, and where to go. You just have to allow that process to happen. That includes letting go of the fake stability that has been brought into our lives for all these years that we've grown to know, especially as a westernized society. So that's my reading for this moon in Pisces, is 4th quarter square. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please share, like, subscribe to the channel. I am available Twitter at Princess Lemon, PROYNCEZ, Lemon with the underscore. I'm definitely going to update it soon to Leminiscent. I just haven't done it yet. Facebook Leminiscent, Instagram, YouTube Leminiscent6. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like a reading, I'm available here in Atlanta. You can, send me a message or even book online as to when you would like to get a reading pre-recorded or in person. We can meet up in this nice cafe here, Black owned, of course. Also, if you are looking to learn more about astrology, or even just, mainly just your own chart, I do have, natal readings available for love, personal growth, and business. So if you want to look into those aspects of your chart, you want to figure out the best way for you to make your money during this climate change. You want to figure out how to be greater at balancing yourself, and then have greater balance in your relationships. Also, if you're looking to, see where you can do your best on your journey now that the world is changing as a whole and forcing us to go inward, you can also book one of those as well with me. Leminiscent Lemon. If you know me, is to love me. Best believe that. Happy birthday, you Scorpios. Happy birthday, you Sagittarius. And, peace.